Proteus Leadership proudly presents the Let's Go, Let's Grow podcast with Des Penny, founder of Proteus Leadership.
Hi everyone, welcome to the Let's Go, Let's Grow podcast. I'm Des Penny, and today I want to talk about a very special topic that's impacted my life recently, and that is the sudden, unexpected injections of pain that come into our lives and rattle every part of our being, but also make us realize that whether we feel like it or not, we actually do have the capacity to survive and thrive if we choose to. In fact, I believe that life never gives you more than you can handle. To say the past 6 months of my life have been horrific is an understatement. In fact, it's the reason I've not recorded a podcast this year. But I'd also like to acknowledge that this period of time, although not pleasant, has provided some of life's greatest lessons, and I choose to focus on them. I never thought that my head, heart and gut would have to endure such unexpected pain all at once. But what I learned during this time is that no matter what we go through, it's never more than we can handle, even if at the time it doesn't feel that way, because we are strong and we are resilient, and what we go through molds us into becoming the people we become. 5 people in my immediate and extended family were recently diagnosed with cancer, and within a 6-month period, 3 of them have died, including my beautiful former wife, great friend and mother of our 4 children. No sooner had we buried and tried to grieve for one person than the next punch in the face happened. I don't think I've ever shed more tears than I have recently. My current partner is also one of the 5 and is currently fighting 3 different cancers. Fortunately, at this stage is beating them, and we move forward believing this will continue to be the case. But I must admit there were times during these 6 months when I privately just broke down, believing that it was all just too much. But you know what? It never was, because the privilege of being there when they needed me most was a gift that was greater than any other gift I had ever received. It was a true privilege, albeit traumatic and sad. It was during this time that I also saw the true character of people revealed. I was disappointed and pleasantly surprised by people in my life, and many relationships, even long-term relationships, have now taken a very different path than they were previously on. I don't know what I expected from people, but just being there would have been enough. Sometimes you just have to be there for others, as it can also be a part of your own grieving and healing processes. At the same time as all this was happening, life still went on. Bills needed to be paid, a business needed my attention in an ever-dissolving economy. Children and grandchildren needed me more than ever. And even though all the chores of daily life don't seem to matter at the time, they do. Because that's what life is all about. Life must go on and continue to function and to grow. I realise that some people may think it a little self-indulgent, but as I record this podcast, I'm hoping that it helps you if you're going through tough times at the moment, but also hoping that you understand that this is a part of my own healing. So thank you, because you're helping me right now without even knowing it. But isn't that how life is meant to work, just being there for others in need, not trying to solve their problems or tell them what they should do, but just be there? Often when I'm going through challenging times, I like to write poetry. That's weird, I know, but it works for me. So here's a poem I wrote to explain what I'm trying to say. It's called Please Be There. Leave me alone in my thoughts and my burdens, because right now it's not company I need. Just give me my space in my own garden. Let me process the changes I need. But don't go too far, because though I deny it, I need you as close as I can. See, it's not your answers I'm looking for, nor your opinions. It's just knowing that you're there in my span. A few tears I shed to release life's troubles, they wash over my cheeks like rain. But the inner good that I feel them doing is the medicine that keeps me sane. So I say, sob my man as hard as you can, let go of the knots that have bound you, because in those tears of heartache and sorrow, another part of you has just found you. You see, sometimes I'm just down and feeling discouraged and I need to be by myself. So leave me in my garden where my mind is encouraged to look again for my true self. What is it that makes you go to the rescue? To have an answer to what you don't understand. Let my tears of frustration flow uninterrupted, but please be there when I reach out my hand. At the end of this podcast, with the help of Suno, I've put this poem to music. I hope you enjoy it. Maybe it is time for every one of us just to stop and ask ourselves, who needs me right now? Who am I giving space to that actually needs my presence, not my absence? One of the greatest things I've discovered during this time is that some of those people who I thought would be with me through thick and thin just disappeared. Some I've not heard from since they discovered the news, and others justify their absence by declaring that they just wanted to give me space. To them I say I didn't need or want space. I needed you and your support. I needed to know that your outstretched hand was there. Don't give me space. It's the last thing I need. As my poem said, we need to just be there. I do realise that when people do retreat, in many cases it's not because they don't care, it's because they don't know what to say or how to handle it, so be gracious to them. But learn and be there for others, because it's actually not about you at the time. But I also experience the incredible love and support from others, and I continue to thank them for that. I had the privilege of presenting the eulogy at my former wife's funeral, and even though it was tough, it truly was an honour to celebrate such an amazing woman who left a true legacy through her community and domestic violence advocacy work. And it got me thinking. It just so happened that her death came at a time when I was looking to pull right back from what I was doing in life, especially business. But as I read my eulogy notes that spoke about her legacy, I realised I wasn't finished yet. My legacy was not complete. People didn't need me to give them space or back away right now. They needed me to be there, sharing my heart and helping leaders and others to simply be their best and to communicate my experiences and my learnings to help others through their own challenging times. Her death didn't make me think that it was time to relax and give up. It motivated me to fulfill the legacy I am meant to leave. There's still so much to do, and the privilege we all have to do it is so powerful that we really don't have a choice. We have to fulfill our purpose, even when we don't feel like it. Think about the legacy you want to leave for the people around you and for those that don't even know you yet. What will it be? What will they say about you when you're gone? But more importantly, what do they say about you now? And what can you give to them to help them move forward? What is it that you currently do that is helping to fulfill your legacy and at the same time is helping others to grow? Whatever it is, keep doing it. It's not about being liked or getting constant accolades. In fact, if you're challenging people and situations to be better, it will more likely be the opposite. You just have to be brave enough to do what you were born to do. We're currently living in a very self-absorbed world where we are distancing ourselves from people and shrinking back into ourselves. In most cases, we don't even know what's happening in people's lives, and that is very sad. Our circle of friends and acquaintances seem to be getting smaller. Even our working lives have separated us from people as we adopt new working arrangements, which are good for some and socially destructive for most. I don't know if this helps or not, but it would be wrong of me not to share the things I have and still am learning through these recent experiences. So what did I learn? Firstly, just be there for people. Be the rock they're looking for in their time of need. Secondly, understand your role in the situation and the privilege of fulfilling it. Then, understand words mean little, but actions are powerful and lasting. Be there. Fourthly, life happens no matter who you are. Don't think you are immune to the challenges of life. And don't be scared to talk about it. I hesitated to record this podcast, but I had to share it, both for myself and for others. Then make sure disaster brings you closer together, not separate you. The seventh thing is to grieve how you need to, not how people expect you to. There are no rules, so let your heart be the ruler. And lastly, ask, what now? Let grief, sorrow and hard times be the catalyst for your next moves, because you must continue to live and to serve those around you and leave a legacy and be a positive influence. I'm sure that there are many people listening to this podcast who have or are going through their own pain right now. And all I'll say to you is this: do it how you need to do it, and know that you will come through it, because you are strong and resilient, and life never gives you more than you can handle. Let that be the knowledge that builds your future strength, not diminishes it. Personally, things are still very raw, and we are not through the worst yet, but I know that life will never give me more than I can handle, as long as I continue to learn and recognise that my life is not just about me, but rather about the many people that I come into contact with on a daily basis who need my help. So to everyone listening, take care of yourself and others, be strong and love like you've never loved before, and remember, often your own grief and pain can also be healed when you are there for others in need. So thank you for listening and giving me the opportunity to remind you that whatever you are going through right now, you've got it.
Leave me alone with my thoughts and my burdens, 'cause right now it's not company I need. Just give me my space in my own garden. Let me process the changes I need. But don't go too far, because though I deny it, I need you as close as I can. See, it's not your answers I'm looking for, nor your opinions. It's just knowing that you're there in my span. A few tears I shed to release life's troubles. They wash over my cheeks like rain. But the inner good that I feel them doing is the medicine that keeps me sane. So I say, suck my man as hard as you can. Let go of the knots that have bound you, because in those tears of heartache and sorrow, another part of you has just found you. You see, sometimes I'm just down and feeling discouraged, and I need to be by myself. So leave me in my garden, where my mind is encouraged, to look again for my true self. What is it that makes you go to the rescue? To have an answer to what you don't understand. Let my tears of frustration flow uninterrupted, but please be there when I reach out my hand.
You've been listening to the Let's Go, Let's Grow podcast. I'm Des Penny, thanking you for tuning in. And if you enjoyed this episode, don't forget to subscribe and leave a review. It helps us spread the message of growth, leadership, and resilience even further. Until next time, let's go and let's grow and let's leave a legacy we are proud of.